Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Crystal Ball and Oracle Love Story reading. In this reading, we are really going to get into the heart and soul of the person that brought you to this reading, the one that you are connected to or separated from, or maybe they're new in your life, just, somebody you have a question about in a romantic sense. And I have asked Spirit to bring me as many different messages with each crystal ball for those of you that choose those crystal balls so that all of you can get something out of this, okay? So we will do the crystal ball, and then I will also reveal some oracle and tarot cards to add to the reading. So your choices are the Amethyst crystal ball, the green Aventurine, or the rose quartz. I will start with the Amethyst. There are timestamps for the others below. Hello there. So this is the reading for the Amethyst crystal ball, and this particular reading, the setup might look a little darker than usual, and that's because I have all the lights out except for what is here, so I can really focus in on this crystal ball with my third eye. And then I'm also going to hold the amethyst in my hand to receive message by touch. And this ring is a very special tool, and this is what I'm using to represent the two of you. If you can see this, there's a ring on top of a ring, and it actually spins around. So for me, that's symbolic of the intertwining of your souls of this love story. And there is also, I don't know if you can tell, but there is a prayer written on this top band, the one that spins. So this is a prayer that I wish upon you and the one coming in this love story. So we will put the ring over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by pulling an oracle card and some tarot cards, but I'm not going to look at them. I'm not going to reveal them. I'm going to start the shuffle to get really tapped in to the energy of your love story. And once we have those laid out, then I'm going to pick up the crystal ball in my hands and really hone into the energy. So this reading might go a little bit slower than if I'm just popping cards, okay? Just want to put that wording out there. So let's get right in. Let's tap into your love story. Everybody that was attracted to the amethyst, show me their love story. Show me the heart and soul they are attached to. Show me their love story. Oh, I'm feeling a long journey with this one. All right. So that is the oracle card, and we will reveal that after we do the messages from the crystal ball. And I just want to get your tarot out there. This feels like a very long journey coming through, so that's how you know if this is for you. Is this a long journey you've been on, or is there a long journey ahead with this soul coming through in your love story? Show me this love story. I'm getting a 3. Seeing the 3 of Pentacles in my mind, so that's like 3, maybe 3 times, 3 years, coming together, support, third party, I feel for some of you. Yeah, I'm seeing the 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, long journey, and 3 of Pentacles, so just the shuffling of the cards. I feel the feminine in this connection, and this, even if this is a connection of 2 feminines, this would be the more submissive one, the one that, usually goes with the flow. I'm really feeling the feminine energy, and this is a struggle for her. She really feels this connection deep in her soul, but the other part of this love story, it's there, but it feels very weak. So like I'm seeing this vein, is what I want to call it, like an ethereal vein. It's not even a cord, okay? It's like this vein, and it goes from this feminine energy into the other side of this connection. And I really feel that some of you attached to this amethyst, this is a connection to a man, and for others of you that are feminine, it's a connection to another feminine, okay? So that's why I'm going to refer to this other person as the other person instead of feminine or masculine. But the one drawn to this reading is the feminine energy of this connection. And I see this vein, and through this vein attached to this other person, there's just such a flow of energy, of love, of support, openness, vulnerableness. And on the other side, there's a vein that returns, but it's much smaller to me. What's being given back is much smaller, so there's an imbalance in the two energies in this connection. And the feminine is really struggling with that, but she feels this connection much deeper than the masculine, the other person here, okay? Whether, and it's not to say the other person doesn't care, it's saying that this feminine feels it deeper. She experiences it much, much more. Feels very long journey to her, and that 3 coming through again is like I'm behind everything else. I'm behind everything else. And the things before me are superficial, are things that don't matter. Okay, so the feminine here feels behind many other things, not appreciated, not loved to the same degree. A lot of confusion going on in the feminine energy. But it's like, it's harder for her because she feels it so deep. She has a hard time asserting herself, putting boundaries. She forgives a lot. She, at this point in long journey, has grown used to certain behaviors from this particular person, or in multiple relationships. It's like, I'm used to being in the back seat. I'm used to not being that important. And so in this connection, this runs much deeper for her than others. And so it's an even like bigger tolerance of that type of behavior. And the reason for this is because this person, the viewer, the one I'm feeling, is very loving and doesn't understand the mind games. It's like, when you feel and you care and you're connected, is that not enough? Is that not enough? Because that's where she is at. That is what she feels in her soul. It is this beautiful bond, and that's why this vein is so wide open to this other person, and she's calling him in, calling him in, calling him in, and it comes, and then they like kind of back off, like when this person is going through trouble, it's feeling really low, it's feeling down, they come in very close, okay? But when they feel okay, like all is well, there's a distance and there's disconnection from this person. And so over here, she sees that as like superficial, and there's a recognition that the emotions don't seem to run as deep. And it's not that they don't exist in this other person, you know, it's just over here feels it deeper, is more in tune, in touch, aware of just aware of self, aware of others, very compassionate, very tender soul, and a lot of confusion. Like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what to do other than to be me. What is wrong with me? Why does this happen to me? Just a lot of confusion, but the hope of true love never truly fades in this feminine that I'm feeling. It never truly fades. And like a big belief in destiny and this other person. It's like, I know that, you know, we're deeper, that we're meant for more, that it's kind of sad the way that I'm feeling this. It's like, why am I sidelined? Why am I not seen? Look at me. I'm special. I love you. I'm open. I'm real. I'm available to you. I'm everything that you say that you want in a person. Why don't you see me? And that's another reason why the vein from this feminine to the other person is so much bigger, because she's there, she's ready, she's open. What's going on over here, Spirit? Show me, why is this other person closed? Because I keep feeling them as like kind of a black void. Okay, it's like I just see this black void within them, and that's like a barrier. And that's a barrier within themselves to protect themselves from themselves. And what I mean by that is they don't want to feel their emotions. Like, they're not in tune with their emotions at all. They don't think about things the same way that you do. It's like it's just this black void, and that's not to say that they're emotionless or that they're just this horrible person. You might feel that way at times, but it's like a protection. They are not activated. It's like a stunting of the emotional growth at some point on their journey, this life journey. Like, they are shut off to those deeper emotions. They can they can lust, they can feel connection, but when it runs too deep, they disconnect, because that's where their void is. Okay, that's where they're blocked. And so when over here goes deep, they don't relate. Okay, they don't relate to that. And they may view like those deeper emotions as a weakness rather than a true strength. They are not sensitive and empathic and compassionate to others' feelings. They are very opposite of you in the way they perceive and experience the world. Okay, they're very, very opposite of you, and that's part of the imbalance here. And that vein from them, it is so small, and it's not because they're this horrible bad person. Like, that's truly all they have to offer. That's all they have to give. Like, that's just who they are to anybody and everybody. It's not just to you. They don't give you that much. It may appear that way at times, but within them, I'm telling you, it's like this void, this darkness. And it could be that they're just very very focused on the material. This person, it's like things only go skin deep. And over here, this energy is like the Empress. Okay, so we have this beautiful Empress energy, like up against a Page of Swords type of energy, is the way Spirit has just shown this to me. Okay, and that in that perspective, you can see the imbalance here. It's not that this person is bad, it's just that they are like emotionally stunted. They have not been activated. They are not at the same level that you are in the emotional body. And so that's what creates a lot of the clashing, the conflict, the distance, the disconnection, the argument. They have a tendency to just shut down, close off, shut down, walk away, even if they're in the wrong. Okay. And I almost get the sense that when you really try to call them out on any behavior that's negative, it would hurt their feelings. Like, how could you ever say such things to me? Rather than being like, well, you're speaking truth. Like, it doesn't compute in their head like that. It's like, you're being mean to me. Like, how could you say that to me, even though it's the truth? And that's energy you can't win against. Okay, they have a lot of emotional growth and maturing to do. And that's where the issue is within this connection. And I feel it's just, you feel every aspect of this connection of them, and you have a lot of hope. Like, no matter what, you have a lot of hope because you feel this so strongly. And they're definitely a soulmate to you, and you may be the connection that helps activate and awaken the emotional body. But what I feel right now at this time, at the time of this reading, is that like you're kind of in the middle of the journey here. There is no final answer, okay? You're in the middle of this, like you both are evolving and growing from this connection. You more of like this spiritual expansion coming in by your experiences, and also this person teaches you about self-esteem and personal empowerment, and how you know what lessons somebody is teaching you. Look to see where the main problems, struggles, and challenges are between the two of you, and you'll realize, okay, that's what I'm learning. And it's not, you know, don't perceive it as negative, even though it's negative experiences, how some of that stuff manifests. You know, you're feeling this connection really, really deep, and you're connected to somebody who is not very emotionally grown. They are not emotionally grown. What can that be teaching you? That's the question to ask yourself, not what do I need to do to help this person grow, to help them change? What can I change about myself? Scrap all of that and go to, what is this teaching me? Why is this happening? And as you vibe in that energy, in that space, you evolve, you expand, and you come into more personal empowerment, because this person really does manipulate you emotionally. They know what to say, they know what to do to get into your head, to make you think, to make you crazy, to trigger you, to upset you. They know how to work your buttons. They know how to emotionally manipulate you. And in that space, that is a lesson for you to become more aware of self, and that's personal empowerment, where you put your boundaries down regardless of emotional connection and soul bond to somebody. You deserve respect. Never ever let somebody you care about treat you and do things to you that you wouldn't tolerate from like a friend or a stranger, because you deserve respect from every connection in your life. And this soulmate, I feel, is really pushing you into that place of personal empowerment and having boundaries, because they really affect your self-esteem. They leave you questioning a lot, and just being in a place of imbalance, of confusion. Okay, so let's see what else the cards would like to add, or it just may be a total confirmation of everything that we received with the crystal ball. I'm telling you, I feel like you guys are in the middle of this journey. It's not a, is this over? Are we going to be together? Like, Spirit's like, that's not where your focus should be. You're in the middle of your journey. You're nowhere near the you know, finish line of whatever this is going to evolve into. You both are helping each other grow and evolve right now at this time through this struggle, through this challenge. So let's see what we have here. Look at that. Jealousy. And part of the way they emotionally manipulate you is this. Okay, they get a thrill out of your emotional charges. Like when you are upset, when you're jealous, when you're insecure, that lets them know, I have the upper hand. I matter. I am very important. Okay, so jealousy is a big issue here. And with that Three of Pentacles, I was seeing there could have been some third party going on in this connection at some point. You wouldn't be unaware of that. You absolutely would. Okay, and let's see. Oh my goodness, Three of Shells. Guess what? That is the Three of Cups. Okay, and the Three of Cups can be about celebration and happiness, but that is also often third party situations. Okay, so we have the Three of Shells. Next is the Magician, and look at, that's energy. This person, they're not emotionally grown like you, so they manipulate and they use to their advantage, and they don't realize that what they're doing, how harmful it is, how like low vibrational, how crappy, like they're not there emotionally, so they don't realize it. It's kind of like what's good for me right now, and they really do know how to manipulate your energy. And lastly, we have the Prince of Roses, the Mover. So this would be the Knight of Pentacles, and that is that really slow moving energy. Okay, you guys are in the middle of this. There's a lot to be realized. There's a lot to be experienced. There's a lot more to come to this connection, okay? And for those of you in separation, just because you're physically separated does not mean that you guys aren't still evolving and growing and working with each other spiritually, okay? Because when you're physically separated from somebody, there's a lot that goes with that. The emotions, the thoughts, all of that, that's growing you, that's evolving you, it's teaching you something, okay? So those of you in separation, there is still a lot to be learned and gained by this connection. And really in the separation, it's all about you putting those boundaries down, okay? And asserting your personal empowerment and having no fear of losing somebody that you really care about if they're treating you badly, because you asserting yourself is actually more attractive of an energy than, you know, just allowing yourself to be like pushed over, to be blown over by them and their you know, intensity. Because again, this feels more dominating of an energy, whether it's a female or a male. It feels a very dominating type of energy. And I do feel that when you are jealous, when you are insecure, they enjoy that, and they may intentionally incite that type of energy within you because they get a rush out of it. It makes them feel special. It makes them feel important. Okay, so it is definitely time for you to become aware of who and what they truly are, and not funnel so much energy to them when they're only capable of sending you like something this big, when you're like just all this beautiful energy. It's almost like they feed off your energy, okay? Because we have energy right at the center with the Magician here, and the Magician is the player, the trickster. You got to watch out. And we have the Three of Shells, the Three of Cups, and Spirit was showing me those 3 pentacles. And so to me, 1 pentacle represented you, 1 pentacle represented them, and 1 pentacle represented this third party. And then this is the confirmation of that. The 3 of Cups is the card of that third party nonsense that you know, just happens sometimes. So I would say you deserve better. I say you deserve 100% better than this energy. But like I said, you are in the middle of this journey. There's much more to come. So we're going to pull a few more tarot cards and just see what Spirit will reveal. We have the 6 of Gems. All right. So this is like, I'm going to give you the bare minimum to keep you interested, to keep, you know, stringing you along. And now we have the Strength card, which that's you, and it says understanding. Like, that's you right there. It's... You are such a beautiful person, and you know, it's sad to me that they take advantage like this, because the only reason why they can is because you are so evolved and open and loving, and you want peace. You don't play these games. You don't understand them. You wouldn't treat people like this, especially people that you care about. And yeah, you are like a pillar for them, a strength. When they're low, they come in for you to build them up, okay? And then when they're all better, then they're distant and back to their nonsense. So I believe we picked up on that with the crystal ball as well. So here's just a confirmation of that. And now we have the 5 of Roses, you know, and this is competition. This is jealousy. This is insecurity. Okay, right there, competition at the bottom. And that goes back to that card. They like you in that state. They like you vying for their affection. They like feeling that they are more important. okay? It's just who they are. Do not personalize it about them. They have a lot of growing to do emotionally. Like, that's what the problem is with this connection. And this, like I said, you are in the middle of this journey with them. Maybe within the next 5 to 6 months, you know, you're going to have a better footing, better understanding, more information about which path this relationship is truly going to go down. But right now, Spirit's like you're in the middle of it, and you are evolving, and they are evolving in different ways, obviously. But you've just got to ask the right questions. What is this teaching me? Because once you come into that understanding, it is incredible how emotions that have plagued you just evaporate as if they were never there. It is crazy, okay? So seek the teaching of this experience, and it will really help you out emotionally when you come into the understanding and the answers of that. All right, so those are the messages for now. Remember, you're in the middle of the journey. There's a lot more to come with this connection, but Spirit just really wanted you to know who you're dealing with and why things are the way they are. And, you know, with that information, that may be the facilitator and the changer of how you handle this person moving forward, okay? But it's just like Spirit really wanted you to know who you're dealing with here. And now you do, and you're in the middle of the journey, and it's taken a lot of, I mean, my goodness, the 2 cards. We have the Magician, the Player, the Trickster, and then you, the Strength card, stability, understanding, healing, love, forgiveness, and they're playing games. So just be aware of who you're dealing with and seek the lesson within the connection. And this relationship is going to evolve into something, okay? Probably because this is general. Spirit's not getting super specific about that. Just this overall message of who they are, and for you to start asking the question of, what is this teaching me? Why is this happening, you know, within this relationship? And the answers will come, I promise you. And look at, you chose Amethyst, and the 2 cards that come out, these 2 major arcanas, are also purple. So you got that very powerful message for you guys. So those are the messages. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello, so this is the reading for the Green Aventurine, and before we begin, I just want to say I'm using this ring as a tool. This is a ring that Spirit brought to me very divinely to actually answer a question I had put out to the universe. And there's 2 bands here, and the top one spins on top of the bottom one, okay? And there's a prayer written on the top band. So I'm seeing this ring as your intertwined souls, and the prayer upon this ring, I wish upon you, and the love story that shall be told about you and this other person coming through. So I'm gonna start the reading. I'm gonna shuffle the cards to start tapping into your energy. I'm gonna pull them, but I will not look at them. I will not reveal them until after we have you know, channeled messages from the crystal ball. I'm going to use the large one for a focus of my 3rd eye, and I will use the Green Aventurine to receive messages by touch, okay? So I'm gonna start tapping into your energy while I shuffle. And I'll tell you, before I even turn the camera on, this one coming through is a love story. This is definitely a very significant relationship in your life. This story coming through. So show me this story. Yeah, I just keep seeing a heart. This is real love. This is true love, okay? And this is general, so all of you are on different paths, but this is definitely a true love situation. The love goes on both sides, okay? It doesn't mean things aren't complicated at times, but this to me feels like love. All right, so here is the Oracle card, and I'm gonna pull some tarot too. I'm feeling some 7s as soon as I picked them up, okay? So 7 of Wands, Seven of Wands. Why Seven of Wands? One of you may have like a lot of, or even both of you have a lot of people around you who are interested in you guys. Like, I think you guys could have many suitors, okay? Or one of you has a lot of suitors, something like that. Like, I just, the Seven of Wands, I just keep seeing that. So I feel like there's people that look in on this, maybe with some jealousy, some envy. Yeah, Seven of Wands, I just keep seeing, and the Lovers, Seven of Wands and the Lovers is what I'm feeling for you guys. Okay, so we will draw and reveal these cards after I get the messages from the crystal ball. The ring on, and this reading may take a little longer than my normal readings. I really want to tap into your energies, okay? And it's you, the viewer, that I will primarily focus in on, and that will allow me to call in the other person into this love story. So yes, this is definitely true love, and there's a deeper aspect to this, okay? I feel like you guys are gonna have a lot of years together, okay? Or you've had a lot of years together. And in the first reading, I was feeling a long journey. I don't feel that here. I don't see this long, heavy 10 of Wands journey for you guys. I see many years together, true love, and I'm seeing like this blonde haired, like light blonde haired feminine coming through, okay? And she feels angelic to me. So I feel like this is like a passed on loved one, or this is like a spirit guide coming in. I like this blonde, I see this like really light blonde hair and these really pretty blue eyes, like a deeper blue, not the icy piercing blue, like a deeper blue, a darker blue of eyes coming through, okay? And that in there, this image is like a reference to you specifically, okay? So because this is general, it's really hard for me to like pinpoint this down specifically. So this is like you are that girl I'm seeing, okay? Or this is like your passed on loved one coming in, and that's what they looked like the blonde hair, those deep blue eyes, and they're attached to you, okay? And it's like this is a guiding energy. So it's either a loved one or this is your angel referencing you, like showing me you and your energy. I feel like a lot of connection, like you just, man, this loved one, like they just passed, okay? They just passed. And this is not the love story. This is not the other person coming in the love story. It's you. You've had somebody who's recently passed, okay? Don't ask me why that is coming in to this love story. Very significant. You've been struggling. You've been struggling with that loss, okay? Ooh, I'm feeling, I'm feeling a lot of loss around you. So if it's not like you've just lost somebody, there is loss around you. A lot of loss around you. Okay, bring in this other person. Like, why are you telling me this? It's the loss. It's like it's created some distance. This person, this other person in the love story, they're trying to come in and love you, but I see you at a distance here. Too much loss. But this is a true love connection coming in. But you say no, too much loss. My heart isn't ready. I can't. Too much loss in your life, or too much loss with this person already. Yeah, too much loss. So I'm going to pull back. But this person wants to come in and love you. Okay, this person, in this reading, it's you. You're the one holding back. you're the one that it's like there's this block around you. Too much loss is what I keep hearing. Too much loss. And the angels, yeah, that angelic energy I'm feeling coming in for you, like you're healing, they're protecting you. You have lost something very, very precious to you. And it's like your heart is not fully healed. You're not ready. You're not ready to receive the love yet. Even if you want it, even if in your conscious mind you think this is what I want, this is what I should be doing, all of your whole energy is not there. So if you're like, I have this block, I don't understand, it's energetic. There's too much loss. You've been too hurt, and your heart needs some healing. The angels are all around you, and this other person in this love story, they're not talking about them so much as you, because this other person, and how nice, I'm seeing dark hair, like a dark brown or black hair on this other person coming in. I did not get the blonde and the blue. I did not get any of that in the first reading. So I'm actually like, wow, Spirit, thank you. Because this is general. So I really didn't know, how good I could get some details. And this other person, that they're dark hair and they're open. Like I see their heart, like, but they're, instead of holding like the Ace of Cups, they're holding the Ace of Wands, okay? Which tells me there's a lot of passion within them for you, a lot of interest, a lot of intensity. They're very drawn into you, okay? They're drawn into you, but you have them at a block, okay? And maybe for some of you, this goes the other way around. Like, I really feel like I'm reading for the viewer, but this might actually be flipped the other way for some of you. You're the dark hair, and the person has experienced a ton of loss, because that's where I'm at. Like, it's almost as though I can't even like get into this other person, because there's this barrier around this person right here, and it's because they're hurting. It's like they're shattered into like the depth of their soul, okay? Bad, like a loss. I've lost too much. That's what I feel from this energy on the left-hand side, okay? Like I said, my intention is that to be you, and the other energy to be on the right-hand side. This left-hand side energy, I do feel like part of this loss for some is this transition. They lost like maybe a mother, a grandmother, or it could be like their past romantic partner, like they broke up, or they got separated because their partner transitioned, okay? So there's just this deep sense of loss and mourning and sadness in this energy on the left-hand side, and a desire to open up to love. But it's like the angels block that right now, because they need healing. They need peace. They need harmony. And, when we're experiencing loss of any kind in our life, like a loss of a loved one, a loss of a job, a loss of a pet, loss is experienced differently by everybody. But you cannot gauge somebody else's loss and say, oh, that's insignificant. We all experience loss in different ways. And the way where this person is at, it feels so fresh to me. And they want to connect, but it's almost as though they're just kind of walking around in a daze. Like they imagine driving a car with a cracked windshield all over the place. You can see the road, but it's very distorted. That's how this energy on the left is. They're just in this struggle, and they're not able to open up to those deeper emotions right now in like connection to others. And when somebody's hurting, it is good to be there and to offer. But think about when you have really, really been hurting. And this, again, I feel strongly you, but it could be the other way. You want to know people are there, but man, we all go into that hermit mode. We go within ourselves. We gotta filter through the different stages of mourning, of release, of healing, of understanding, of all of that experience that led up to that moment, now transforming into wisdom. And this person is gonna grow and heal from all this loss that I feel around them, okay? But right now, it's like they feel shattered, they feel very splintered, and it's like, I don't have anything to give. And it's not because they're bad or they're selfish. It's because there's this sadness, this darkness in their heart. But this is true love. This is true love. Like patience, compassion, time. Time is needed. Time is needed here. And it's like the angels will release their grip when this person is like reclaimed the lost fragments of themselves. They're just like, they're trying to heal, is what I am getting with this person. Like I said, this reading is very, very different from the first one. Spirit isn't talking so much about where this connection is headed. It's like the angels joined this, and right now this person needs a lot of patience and time because there's just too much loss around them. And this person kind of feels like they come in like the sun. All right, the sun, very intentional, very safe, warm, loving, nurturing energy. I want to love you. I will never hurt you. I will never let you go. But over here is in that, like, just, I'm stunned. I can't even move. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to move on, to move forward. You got to give this person some time. Or if this is you and this beautiful sun of a person, like these rays of the sun coming into your life, you've got to give yourself time to heal before you jump in to that or fully let this person in. Or if we're already in union, okay, and there's been a big loss here, we need to just give it time. This person is so broken. Oh, they're so broken. But the what I see at your souls, oh, it's true love. It's true love. Okay, let's see what the Oracle and the Tarot have to say. Look at that. Yes, divine timing. And what's the main message? We just need time and patience, right? We just need some time and patience. Oh my gosh, yes, look at, there's the sun. There's the sun, and we felt that too. Oh, I have chills. You just gotta give this some time, whether you're the one that's really hurting or they are the one that's really hurting. You've just got to give this some time. Healing is happening. The angels are all around, okay? The angels are all around, and this does feel like a beautiful, true love connection. We have the Seven of Roses, and do you want to know what this would be? The Seven of Wands in a standard tarot deck, okay? And we picked up on that energy. So there's a lot of people around, okay? So if you're the one that's hurting, I feel like you have maybe, like, man, they're just, if you're the one that's hurting, they're coming in like the sun. They could have other options, okay? But they're just fixated on you. Or if you're the one that's coming in like the sun, you have other choices, but it's like everything in you pulls you towards that person, okay? Everything in you pulls you towards them. Everything in them pulls them towards you. So there are options. This is the Seven of Wands, and we picked up on that energy in the beginning of the read. So what that tells me is you've just got to give this some time, and the other people interested or the other people hanging around, it's of no matter. All of that's gonna just kind of fade away. Okay, all of that's gonna fade away. What is meant to be is meant to be. The one who's really hurting could be talking to multiple people. Okay, but again, the sun is much stronger than these other interests or these other people that are, you know, trying to hang around, right? So, you know, this is you or this is them, and the other people, that's all going to fade away. Okay, the one who's really broken up and hurting may just be casually dating, and that's why that energy is coming in so strong, like, hey, I'm here, I'm available, you know, I want to be with you, I'll never harm you. And if you are the sun in this reading, you know, don't worry about any of that. This person is just so broken up. They don't have the capacity to truly fall in love with anybody right now. So what matters the most is the bond that exists at the soul. That's what truly pulls people together. The physical connection, the chemical attraction, all of that is fleeting and fades away. The soul bond, and that's what you guys have. Okay, Spirit showed me that very strongly as we started the reading. You guys have the soul bond for sure. And you know, if you're the one trying to pursue this person, and they're the one that's really broken up, you might want to casually date other people just so that you don't feel so focused, because it's like this is going to come together in the right time. It needs time and patience. And so, you know, at the start of the read, we were picking up on the Seven of Wands, and Spirit has confirmed that energy. And then in the reading, I was seeing that sun, and Spirit has confirmed that as well. Okay, so let's see what this last card is. Look at that, the moon and fear. This is a perfect depiction of you and the other person in this love story. Okay, broken up, really going through a lot of emotions, struggling with a lot of loss that's taken place in their life, and that the other person warm, loving, open, and ready. Okay, that is very beautiful right there. And look at that, the sun, that would be like the blonde hair, right? And the moon, the dark hair, right? So maybe the coloring of the hair is the symbolism of the sun and the moon. All right, that is so perfect, like for you guys to depict your two energies. Very emotional, depressed, sad, dealing with a lot, you know, and over here, like open and ready and loving, let's do this. And then, you know, these other people that are around, and again, you know, if they're casually dating or whatever, don't worry about that so much. This is a true love story. I see many, many years for you in this person, okay? And look at this. The moon is 18, the sun is 19, and so this is 7, like 7, 8, 9. It's a progression of energy. You guys will have many years together. They or you just really needs to heal. So we'll pull a couple more cards. We have the Nine of Gems, independence. So the one who is really working through the emotions of loss, they are going to regain their footing. Okay, again, it just comes back to time, like patience and time. Five of Roses, competition, and that's coming right out on this Seven of Roses. So the Seven of Wands, the Five of Wands coming through. Do not worry about other people hanging around. What is meant to be will be. You are the sun, they are the moon, or you are the moon, they are the sun. Okay, and one of us is just working on really healing. So any of the energies in between, don't worry about that. It's gonna all fade away. And over here, we have the Queen of Shells, the Empath. And I just have to say that card that stuck there, well, maybe you didn't see it now that I realize, this card like left and I had to put it in the deck when I was going to reshuffle. This is the exact card. And so this is the Empath. The Queen of Shells would be the Queen of Cups. So that's some water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But this is sitting here on the moon. And so this goes back to that healing energy that this person really, really needs. And they need somebody who is patient, who understands, who isn't pushing, okay? Like, you've got to give me a commitment. You've got to, you know, explain this to me. You've got to, no, this is where you kind of just step back and project your beautiful energy, you know, and you don't have to do things that you normally wouldn't do. And you don't have to be, you know, a pushover or anything like that. It's just with this, one of you really, really needs to heal big time, because there was a lot of loss. And, you know, this Seven of Wands and this Five of Wands, the competition that you feel or that they may feel around you, it's fleeting, it's fading, okay? You are the sun, they are the moon, or they are the sun and you are the moon. And Spirit, you know, gave us that at the start when I was shuffling. So for those of you that this resonated, this is your reading, okay? It is absolutely your reading. This relationship just needs time. It is true love, okay? It is absolutely true love. You've just got to give it some time, let the person heal, or give yourself the time to fully heal and not get locked into anything. Because if somebody's not emotionally available, they're not emotionally available. There's nothing that can be done about that but time and healing, okay? So those are your messages for the Green Aventurine. I hope that this reading has helped you, and I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Hello, so this is the reading for those of you that chose the rose quartz. I'm just going to tell you how this reading is going to work. I am going to use this ring as a tool. I actually had asked Spirit a question, put it out to the universe, and this is the ring that came to me that answered that question. It was very divine for me. And this ring has two bands, one on top of the other, and the top band actually spins, okay? And there's a prayer written on this band. So to me, this is a very special tool, and I see it as the souls, like your two souls being intertwined to bring the story in for me, all right? And also the prayer on here, I truly wish for all of you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle and pull some cards. I will not reveal them until after we receive the crystal ball reading, okay? I will use the big crystal ball as a focus for my third eye, and then I will hold the rose quartz in my hands to receive messages by touch. And then after we get, you know, that message from the crystal balls, then we will flip and reveal the cards and see what they have to say. And what they've basically, the first two readings, they've just confirmed pretty much what came through the crystal balls. So let's get right into your reading and see what's coming through for you. I'm just going to start tapping into your energy while I shuffle these cards. And again, I will not reveal them until after we get the messages from the crystal ball. So show me this love story. Rose quartz, show me. I'm feeling a lot of lust right off the bat, and complications. Lust, a lot of lust and passion, like, oh, strong attraction going on here. But it's like there's some complications. Things are complicated. So let's keep going. Okay, right there. Maybe even like this, maybe a second chance type of situation going on here. So there's that. And we will shuffle the tarot cards and see what comes there. Ooh, I feel the Two of Cups right away. The Two of Cups for you guys. There is a lot of attraction between the two of you, but man, there is some sort of like complication going on here. I feel second chances, Two of Cups, second chances, lots of chemistry. and that's just kind of like there could be some love, but I'm not, Spirit's not drawing me into those deeper emotions. So, ooh, Two of Cups, Six of Wands, I'm feeling too. Yeah, this is a big, strong attraction. You guys do not lack in that department. I will tell you that, where these complications lie. I'm feeling some jealousy. Okay. So let me just connect in, and this may take a little bit longer than my normal read. It's just it's a different, especially trying to do this in general. The first two worked out pretty okay. So let's see. There's a lot of sweetness, flirting, a lot of chemistry, silliness. Like, I see you guys as like adults but acting like kids. Okay. A lot of fun, a lot of silliness, shenanigans. You guys are fun. Your personalities are really fun, both of you. You guys are not sticks in the mud. Like, you are people who, would go like skinny dipping, take risks to have fun, do just silly things. Oh my goodness, you guys are a fun couple. And it's interesting because I do feel this really strong connection, but I feel like there's something that maybe came in between the two of you at some point. It could have been another person, like an ex, or like just a big disagreement, a differencing of opinion between the two of you. Like, I do feel like I just see that, like, you guys embraced in each other, and then like some wedge that came in between the two, and that might be where that second chance is coming from. But there is a lot of emotion here still, but going on between the two of you. It feels like that honeymoon phase to me, where everything feels so exciting, and you're hanging on their every word, they're hanging on your every word. We're still mysterious with each other. There's a lot that you both hold back, and I feel you guys have really good relations, if you know what I'm saying. Like, top notch, out of this world. No better. There is no better that you've had that they've had. Yeah, this feels interesting because it's like new but second chance. Okay, new, but it's second chance, and it's like you guys just cannot keep your hands off each other. There's complications at this wedge that came in between. It feels really like a person more than like a differing in opinions. Like, yeah, for sure. There's like this other person, and it's not like this third party karmic weirdness. It's like an ex that was attached to one of you, and it could be like one of you wasn't fully over this ex when you got together. Okay, and then this ex just like kind of showed up out of nowhere, stirred up the pot, and that fizzles out. It's because once you and this other person in this love story have met, have come together, and have experienced each other, there is no comparing. Okay, after, it's like the best right here, and once you've had the best, you can't like downgrade from that, right? And so this ex that's showing up in all of this, that would be like taking a step back. That would be a downgrade compared to what the two of you have with each other. Okay, so that energy feels like it's gonna fade out. Okay, and it's second chances like this. Yeah, you guys are gonna have a second chance with each other because the chemistry, the connection is just too much there. It's just too much there. And I think maybe why this ex had any sort of influence again is because like the emotions weren't fully resolved and healed, but also maybe this connection between the two of you hadn't had enough time to really grow into those deep bonds of love, you know, because that takes time and a lot of experiences, some good, some bad, some highs and some lows, to really get to that deep soul love, right? And so I feel like you got interrupted before you could get to that point. Okay, there is like this X, and it is an X. It's not some stray person that what have you met. No, this is an X, and that's why we have a second chance coming in for the two of you, because that X like muddied up the scenes. Okay, but that connection is old. It's done. It's over. It cannot be resurrected. And what you and this person share, it's out of this world. There is no better. Like, you guys feel best friends, like getting in trouble, having fun, being silly, making blanket forts, even if you're 45 years old. Okay, it's like that type of activities. You know, pillow fights, snowball fights, just being silly, being youthful, enjoying life. Both of you are these big, like, exciting personalities that like to have fun. And this X situation, that's just, don't even worry about it, because it's done. It's over. You and this person are, you know, starting a journey here, and there is everything you want as far as like the energies go. It's just that issue, the energy with the X may have still needed a bit of resolution. And maybe the connection between the two of you is what got this X's attention in the first place. Okay, like feeling like they lost their grip. I just really feel one of you was not fully over an X when you met each other. Okay, and that's kind of like what interferes, like that wedge that spirit showed me. Okay, that's what interferes, but it definitely is a second chance, and that may be why spirit was showing me the Two of Cups as well, like a second chance at love with this person, because you guys truly had something, or you do have something. You could be back together now by the time you come to this reading, and you're just curious. Nope, that X would be gone. Okay, it's like that wedge comes in, and it's for those energies to be completely resolved, so this connection can move forward. All right, so this connection has a lot of potential, definitely a second chance to it, a lot of love, a lot of passion, and like I said, once you have the best, you can't downgrade. And just your energies and your like physical chemical reactions to each other is out of this world. It's unmatched. It truly is on both sides. This energy doesn't feel lopsided to me in the first reading. It absolutely did in this reading. It's fireworks on both sides. It's just that wedge that came in between, and this relationship is definitely going to have a second chance. Okay, so let's get into the cards here. What do we have? Ooh, yeah, look at that. See, positive shift. Whatever that wedge is, it's going to be plucked away, because there is just too much. Like, you guys cannot stay away from each other. This is a wonderful energy. Next we have, look at this, the Ace of Wings, triumph. This would be the Ace of Swords. You win. They win. You guys are meant to experience each other. There's so much potential to this connection. Okay, triumph. This is going to come back together. Positive shift. And then you have this butterfly and an ace straight out the gate. And we have the King of Shells. So this could be a water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you or them. But this here is just telling me about this connection. It's like the full enchilada, mind, body, heart, soul. You guys connect across the board. And a deep emotional bond will be created between the two of you. Okay, and even coming together from day one, it's like you'll never forget each other, ever. And next we have the Four of Shells, and this says reevaluate, and this goes back to the complications, that wedge that comes in between this connection at some point. It makes you stop, it makes you question, but that wedge, whatever it is, trust me, it's gonna fade away. It's not gonna prevail. You guys and what you share with each other is way too strong. It's like nothing can stop this connection. It feels very hot and heavy, okay? And if this wasn't YouTube, I would go much, much deeper into that. But let's pull some more tarot cards. We have the Three of Wings, and that is sorrow. That is talking about the wedge. And look at, you know, you and them, and then that interference right there. Okay, so that is talking about the wedge. And now look at this. We have justice and truth. What is meant to be will be, and you and this person have a second chance. Whatever that wedge is, it will not permanently separate you. All right, the truth will prevail, the energies will balance, and you guys definitely have a soul contract this life journey as well. Now we have the 10 of Roses. So this would be the 10 of Wands, and it says stress. Do not stress over this connection, okay? It's going to unfold and happen very organically. And whatever this wedge is, Spirit's like, don't even worry about it. Don't even think about it, because that's energy that just has to be resolved and completed for you and this person to have this beautiful, you know, path forward, unobstructed by other people, by this, you know, third party interference. I really get the sense that somebody gets jealous of your connection and tries to come and stir up the pot, but it's not going to happen. You guys, the old is the old. That relationship is dried up and over. It has run its course. Okay, these cards just flew out as I was shuffling. I was getting ready to cut. So what do we have? Okay, 3. Same mistake. Look at that. Yep, that relationship is old. It's done. It's the same old story over and over again. And next out, here you are. Here you are. Never-ending love story. Yep. And deep connection. I love it. I love it. Those are the 3 that flew out. Okay. So this third party nonsense, it's just a same mistake for either you or for them, whichever one of you is, you know, still trying to work through some emotions of an ex. Will be the same story over and over and over. This relationship is done. It is finished. It is time for a new connection, and that connection is between the two of you in this love story. Okay, and right here, never-ending love story with the King of Shells and Justice. This could be a water sign with a Libra, okay? But these are the 2 heaviest cards. This is a major arcana and a court card, so the 2 strongest out of 6 tarot, and it's for this never-ending love story. This is you and the person. Okay, I feel like you marry this person with never-ending love story. Okay, you marry this person. This is your one right here. Oh my goodness. And then, you know, with this deep connection, here we are worried about it. Here we are trying to reevaluate ourselves and our feelings, especially, you know, if you're dealing with that wedge right now as we speak. Like, you know, is this just all in my head? No, it's not. Just those energies need to resolve, and you need to know that what you feel with this person is very, very real. Okay, you guys are absolutely meant to be, and anything that, you know, comes in to interfere with that, like I said, that's just energies that have to be resolved for you guys to have a very, you know, smooth pass forward. I'm all tongue-tied. To have, you know, a much smoother ride forward. You don't want old unresolved emotions for somebody else in your connection. And so whatever that wedge is, that third party influence, it's fleeting, it's fading. It will always be the same thing. It will never ever go anywhere. It's done. The story is complete. And when the story is complete, we could try as we might, but you can't bring back the dead, right? So that third party, that ex that tries to interfere, they're not going to win. They're not. This new connection, this connection between you and this person is what's going to prevail and what's going to win. Okay, you guys are absolutely meant to be, and you're moving into a positive shift. So the wedge is going away. All right, so those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.